I am very proud and at the same time very sad to say that this will be our very last case of our pathology slide box, and this will be our 549th pathology slide box video. It's a good case, and I feel sad because I've had so much fun making these cases. But everything must come to an end, and I feel also very, very relieved. My life can now go on to bigger and better things. You will instantly recognize this as being a spinal cord, of course. If you go just a little bit closer, you could see that the white matter is towards the periphery, and here's your anterior and posterior horns and the gray matter portion. And if you were to look in here, you would see more neurons than this, but it's hard to see anything because the second thing that you instantly notice is that it's not a H&E stain, but rather it's a type of fat stain which goes to fat, and as you know, myelin is normally fat. So your sense of symmetry is instantly shattered in the spinal cord, where you see that the white matter of the cortical spinal tracts and perhaps more has a lot less myelin here than it does here. You could see the anterior, posterior, and other lateral white matter tracts look normally black because they're normally myelinated. But here we have a very large significant area that is unmyelinated or demyelinated. And this is the granddaddy of all of the demyelinating diseases. This is multiple sclerosis. This is the prime demyelinating disease of the world. And this stain demonstrates it beautifully. And after all these years, multiple sclerosis is still kind of a mystery. You know, for many, actually generations, people were theorizing viruses, this, that, da. Whole bunch of things are tried. But, as of today, have we really cured it? Have we really understood exactly what causes it? Well, no and no, respectively. I had an aunt that got this very, very severe disease when she was in her 20s, and she had 6 other brothers and sisters, and they were all afraid she was going to die. Well, she lived the longest out of all of them, and it wasn't really always the nicest life because typically she went through her remissions and exacerbations. But so much for my little personal stories. Let's just say that if you have a stain that goes primarily to the fat, and specifically fatty myelin, which myelin is fat, and you stain a spinal cord, and the ascending and descending tracts normally take up this fatty myelin stain because they have a lot of myelin, and you see a focal area of much less myelin there should be, or demyelination, or demyelinization, which some people might say. You can guess that this is a demyelinating disease called multiple sclerosis. But the other thing that you should also remember, especially with central nervous system, is that demyelination generically is a normal part of the central nervous system's reaction to injury, just like edema and gliosis is. So when you see edema and gliosis in a brain, secondary to anything, which is practically everything that could injure the brain, demyelination usually goes hand in hand with it. If, on the other hand, you see a very large area of demyelinization in the white matter, and if you would, you can guess, demyelinization occurs where myelin normally is, which is anywhere in the central nervous system that has white matter. Person with significant demyelinization, not due to any other nonspecific CNS disease, is in the family of demyelinating diseases, of which multiple sclerosis is the prime example. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for putting up with me through these 549 cases. I thank you very much.